Well, this has been a very, very wet 2024 spring, and the summer hasn't been much better in Texas. So here's some problems that we have been having. Um, One of the issues is that parasites have gotten out of hand, and for example, I've had to uh, I've had to treat Kiko goats with anti-wormers. I try to keep my goats on a pasture program and not feed them a lot. Make them eat the grasses and weeds that are out in the pastures. Uh, Occasionally, I'll treat them for parasites, but not usually. This year, I've had to treat almost every goat with parasites. I've lost one nanny goat. She was not Kiko. She was about 50% boar. And I lost a Kiko buckling that was had just switched over from nursing to feed or to grazing. So I guess his immune system was a little lower, so the parasites got him. Well, last week, a purebred Kiko doe that I had purchased unexpectedly had triplets. She was bred by the doe, the buck that she had been exposed to on the previous farm. So these babies were completely unexpected. There was two billies and one little female. They were very, very small. I would even guess that they were possibly premature. And anyway, I got home that night, and they seemed like they were doing good. One of them didn't want to lay down a lot, or didn't want to stay up a whole lot. He wanted to lay down. The female was real weak. This was actually the first picture that I had of the babies here. This was sent to me Friday morning when I was at work. Uh, by the next morning, so less than 24 hours, they were down, no energy, couldn't get them to take a bottle. It was suggested that they might need some treatments. I gave them some selenium. That didn't do anything. I gave them some paste that's supposed to put the stuff in their stomach that they need from mother's milk and some other stuff supposed to help pick them up. They didn't pick up. The female died shortly that morning. Uh, at one point in time, both my daughters and my wife were on the back porch holding the babies and rubbing them, trying to keep them alive, and it just didn't work. So the first one died that next morning, and the next day, the next day, that afternoon, this one here on the bottom of this picture passed away, and the biggest one, which was 4 pounds 1 ounces, which is smaller than any other goat I've ever had out on the farm, and yet he was the biggest of these three, which makes me think they were premature. He passed away about 11 o'clock Saturday night. As you can tell, I was trying to give them colostrum. I was steady up with them all day and all night, trying to keep those babies alive. It just did not work. So the hurricane starts to roll through in our area. Y'all been watching, I think it's Hurricane Beryl, what it was. Anyway, it was coming through our area. And I just knew that when the storm clouds got to our area, I had another goat that was going to have babies. Well, she has always dropped triplets for me. I never nutrient flush her. I just treat her like normal, and she yet always has triplets. And she's a good mother, and she raises them all up. They do very well. Well, today when I got home, about 4 in the afternoon, I just had this feeling, and I went out to check on her. And sure enough, she had three, and you can only see in this picture two, but there's more pictures. There are three baby female goats. Now, to have three is not super rare, but it's not super common either. But to have three females at one time, that did it. They're all healthy. They're all up and eating, doing just fine. Because they're triplets, they're a little bit smaller than I'd like, but they're not tiny like the others. You can tell she's putting plenty of milk, and she needs to be fed up a little bit. Uh, so I'm going to have to clean everything up in the pen, put some hay out for them, give her some alfalfa, and seal her up in the pen with some water and food to get her pumped back up. Uh, anyway, she's doing just fine with them. I'll show you another picture. You can actually see her she was in the process of moving her nose over to kind of check on the babies. And then finally, you see her there. Again, you see big old wide milk. And you see the babies standing there sucking. There's 3 of them actually, not just 2. I didn't want to mess with her home too much on the day she just had them. But we're going to have a video now. It's going to come up in a minute. But what I noticed was that it's been rough this year. I've had several people that told me that they were getting out of goats because they just lost too many. I've had people that are in Kiko goats, which are very disease tolerant. It's hard to knock a Kiko down. It can happen, but they lost a lot of them. Well, when it rains almost every single day for 3 months, and parasites, it's like they're on steroids. Anyway, so it's hard to do. I've got another pasture I'm fixing. I've had no goats on for over 4 months. I've got to fix a fence wire back up in one spot, and then I'm going to move them all over there to get them on a new pasture and off the parasite pasture. And then after they've been there 30 days, I'm going to rotate them back out and leave just my bucks and bucklings over there so I don't have an uncontrollable breeding problem. Right now, the buck is running with the does, so I don't know when they're going to have babies. So I'm trying to get that under control. Now that I've got 3 fields, it's easier. But I do need to get these pens cleaned out, raked up, and then I'm going to burn them to get rid of any possible parasites inside the barn. By the way, this barn was built out of scrap from tearing down another barn. If you want to see this video, it's on my YouTube channel or my Rumble channel. You can see videos of this barn being torn down from somewhere else and then me building it as well. But now for the video, so you can tell that the babies are just fine. I'm sorry about the grainy pictures. I'll try to add another video to this section later, but right now I'm only able to email myself videos for this section. So what you see now is I'm excited. I like raising my goats. I like the idea of getting into the purebred or the New Zealand Kikos, but I'm trying to get my flock up high enough to where I can start using them also for portable lawnmowers for people that need grass eaten down. I just don't have enough right now, and I'm trying to thin out some smaller goats. So if you're in the market, I've got some smaller goats that are for sale. I've got 3 bucklings, 2 of which are 50% Kiko bucklings. They cannot be registered. One, which is a purebred buckling, he can be registered. He was 40, I think it was 41 or 43 pounds at 90 days. And he was a twin on a first-time mom. And I have 2 does that are for sale. One of them always gives me twins. She's a good mother, but she's just an old goat. And then the other one is her daughter, which is 50% boar. And she's a good mama, but again, she's smaller framed. And she gave birth at a younger age, so she may be a little bit stunted as well. But they're just smaller goats than what I'm wanting on the field. I want bigger, larger frame goats. So these will be coming up for sale. Check out my Facebook page, and you'll see them. In any case, be aware of the parasites. Prohibit works very well for taking care of them. Don't forget to continue to give them some molasses with vitamins, as that'll help correct some of the anemia problems that are there. And talk to other people in the area that may have better ideas than I do. I was dealing with boar goats for a long time when I was younger, and then I got away from goats for a long time, and I've gotten back into the Kikos, and I've been working with Michael Harris quite a bit to get my goats back online. And he's shared with me some of the newer medications that's out and some of the treatments. So hang in, watch us again the next time. And as I learned here, never forget when God takes something away, he'll give you something back. May not be exactly what you want or expect, but God is good. And he gave me 3 little girls in exchange for 2 boys and a girl. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. They're all eating and up and going. And I just checked. That's triplets for the 3rd time she's giving me triplets. And guess what? They're all little girls.